All right. It says we are live. I know that's always the question. Are we at YouTube? Because I will never forget where I was literally talking for like 15 minutes and nothing, dead air. I'm like, well, that's
like,
rude.
why is no one commenting? Like, I've been here for a
pearls of
while.
wisdom here that are just lost.
Makes me think of that one that we videotaped that was like an hour and a half long. It was the Bookish Academy Awards where it stopped recording like 45 minutes into it. We had to figure out where it was. And so it was the one where we were guessing too about which book we thought it was. So we had to sit there and be like, I wonder what book it's gonna be.
I remember that. I was so pissed. I was so mad. I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
It was already so late that night too, and I'm just like, I don't want to redo the rest of this, but you're like, we have to. We can't do half the awards. What kind of garbage is that?
I was like, Jen, that's so stupid. Why would you even think that?
I'm sorry, okay?
It was pretty late. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I don't even know what happened. Like, why did my phone just stop recording?
I don't know. Pepper wasn't on top of things. The salt and pepper shaker, and Pepper was in charge of everything.
I remember when I first started my YouTube channel, before I had like a nice tripod, before I had a ring light, we sat at our dining room table with that bright ass light, and I used a salt and pepper shaker to hold my phone up. Oh, the good old days.
I'm almost 6 years in, Nicole. I still have a stack of books and a thing to hold my phone up because that's how cheap I am.
When's your birthday, Sarah? When's your birthday?
It's in my cart on Amazon. I just have to order it.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, that's so funny. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. We are discussing A Call for Kelp by the lovely Julie Anne Lindsey, Bree Baker.
Miss Everly hit Grandpa. I'm sorry, I had to go there.
Wonderful.
Let's talk about my favorite scene, please.
Right?
Because that scene is epic. I think out of the entire series, that scene remains my favorite. It's just fantastic. I love it so much because it shows a lot of, because, you know, you see the dynamics between Everly and Grady. You don't really see the dynamics between Everly and Denver a lot. Yeah. So, and he's a part of the package. You know, if Everly and Grady are getting together, he is a part of the package. So it's nice that, you know, we got to see that little tidbit, you know, from, you know, their points of view. And hi, Christine. And the fact that, you know, it's his actual grandpa, like he doesn't know it. Like, obviously he was young when Grandpa left, and he's scared and he's crying, and Everly just thinks he's being kidnapped. And he was like, that's not your son.
I've taken a picture of your plates and a picture of your face. I'm going to send it to the detective of the town.
I mean, realistically, if you see a kid getting shoved in a car screaming and crying, like
that was like
thing.
That was her argument. Grandpa was like, I wasn't kidnapping him. And he's like, you were shoving a crying kid in your car. That's the definition of kidnapping. But I love that Denver just ran right to her. I was like, I love that trust. I love that love that's building. Hi, how are you?
Oh my gosh.
I love that. I was just like, we got Mama Everly coming to the rescue.
I just love that literally every person that came out to him, like the grandma came out, Everly hit Grandpa. Like, it was his first thing. He tattled on me, and I was like, of course he did. Oh, it was so wonderful.
Because exactly, I was gonna say that's what a kid's gonna do.
He was so happy as soon as Grady opens the car door and he's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, Miss Everly hit Grandpa with a rock.
And she said she'd do it again harder if you didn't let me go.
I loved that so much. And he was talking with Everly, and he was like, you hit Grandpa with a rock. And she was like, he was trying to take you. I would have hit him with a car if I had one.
Yeah. And then Grady's response been like, I don't let anyone get close unless if I know that they're going to be with Denver, or the close unless if they're going to be in Denver's life. And I was just like, she's going to be in his life. He needs her forever. And then, like, I'm not mad at you. You protected my son. Yeah.
Yes.
Probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole series. 100% agreed.
Yeah. It's fantastic. And I just loved going back with that and re-listening to it. Obviously, the narrator is fantastic. Like the inflections and everything are just really great in that scene. And yeah, it's just great. It's a fantastic scene. I love it.
Just remember to hold on to that, guys, in the next book. And that's all I'm going to say.
Hold on to that in the next book. Hi, Samantha.
How about we finally get some like intense kissing, but it's between the mother-in-law and the grandpa?
Like, all right, and we're leaving now.
I know. I was like, when they didn't stop, they're like, "You want to go? Yep, we're gonna go." Hi, Bianca. Yeah, it's just like I want to be your number one man. It's like I want to be the one to protect you, not some foreign dignitary. And they have some like passionate, winds blowing, epic, music. And I'm just like, now we just need that between Everly and Grady.
I mean, she got some mouth to mouth, but that's not the kind of mouth to mouth I want.
But
I'll take it. Yeah. Okay. Let's start. We're starting at the end, guys.
Yeah, that was another favorite scene. That was another favorite scene of mine. Like he was so scared that she was dead.
I mean, she was freaking underwater. Like there. At what point? I can't even. Like the stress I felt reading that the first time. I was just like, is this where it ends? Like, I know I've got 20 pages left, but is this like her funeral going to be at the very end of this? And be like, all right, peace out. This is the rest of the series, guys. I was so scared.
Yeah, that was kind of like, that was a very tense scene, very intense for a cozy. And the fact that, like she's basically like drugged up in this cavern that's filling with water. And like where it's just like, that's just nerve-wracking just in and of itself, like watching this cavern fill up and you're like, it's going to happen, sooner or later. And then, she's drowning. And then the fact that, at the end, Grady, he was saying like, I couldn't find you. I didn't know where the opening to this cavern was. I was just like, I was about to turn around and go back, but something was telling me you got to go under. And I was just like, oh, talk about divine intervention, because
got the island taking care of her.
I know.
Oh man.
Stressed, even knowing there's more books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you imagine like this was the latest book that came out? You didn't know when the next book was coming out, and that was like you were in that scene, like, oh my God, is everyone gonna die? Oh my God. She didn't even get to have sex with Grady yet. Like, oh my God.
That's the real tragedy.
Like, I need them
That's the real tragedy right there. But yeah.
Are we talking about these books?
That was the Third Patient's Price.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of that one?
Oh,
you put it in the mail for me.
Murder in Real Time. Murder in Real Time.
Yeah.
I was like, remember, because I put the wrong book up in front. Thanks for
Yeah, I found a copy of that at Goodwill, and it's being sent to Aaron.
Thank you.
Who gets rid of these books? This is what I need to know.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, like, and that copy was actually in better condition than my copy, and I was like, too bad I wrote in mine. It was Patient Price, yes. I was bummed she didn't get to meet with the lady.
Yeah, that
I
was,
really. I wanted that so bad. And then as soon as she was just like, we'll meet after the show, I'm like, probably not. You're probably going to be the one that dies. I'm so devastated.
That's
I remember when
it was so cute when he actually got the letters.
Oh, he got the letters.
I was like, oh, that's adorable.
I remember when I read this for the first time, this was actually the one death where I was sad about. I was very sad because the other deaths, I'm like, I don't care about you. You're a jerk. And this one, I'm just like, oh man, like this, she was friends with her grandma and they were supposed to talk over midnight pancakes.
And we're going to find out who the grandpa, like, we were going to get some revelations here.
We're going to get some answers.
Now, this was rare for a cozy, because usually in a cozy, you don't much care for the person who died.
Right.
You know?
I know. And can you and oh my God, the way that she died, like she was stuffed in a freaking, in that plexiglass beehive. I'm like, that's terrifying.
Can I just say though, the first time I read the book, I didn't read the back, so I didn't know. As soon as they rolled out that thing with bees, I'm just like, is there a body in there yet? Because I expected like a body to be under there when it unveiled. And when it did, I was just like, I wasn't prepared for it. Like I said it as like a hypothetical situation. You didn't have to go there, guys.
It's
For
like you
Julie.
didn't have to read my mind and put my nightmares on page. Like, Jesus.
I was like, first with the sharks eating people, now with bees in a box. Julie, what are you doing to me?
What are you doing?
I started not to.
Yeah,
You
I
give too
don't.
much away.
Yeah, I don't read
It
synopsis.
depends on the book. Yeah.
Definitely never read a synopsis on Wikipedia because that's a summary, not a synopsis.
Good
Like,
to know.
oh,
Good to know.
They're giving everything away on
And if you're in the middle
Wikipedia.
of the series, don't do that because they'll give away who dies in the
Who?
Wikipedia summary.
Where?
In the Wikipedia summaries, they'll give away
Yeah.
who dies. Like if you're in the
Oh,
middle
yeah.
of like Game of Thrones or something, like don't.
I cannot tell you how many times I spoiled myself looking up a character on Wikipedia. Like, I literally just did it because Bree and I are doing the Uncle Rick's read along. We're talking about like the Percy Jackson and related books. And I'm like, oh, I need to find out what age this character is.
Oh, yeah.
And it also showed the age of his death. I'm like, very helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you. God.
You know, like count it out. That's 4 books from now.
Yeah.
I was like, it was in the middle of a live too. I was like, y'all, I just spoiled myself. Someone's gonna die. I'm like, oh my
No.
God. And I was like, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm just like, when this actually happens, when the death happens, I'm just gonna recall this moment in the live. And you're gonna be like, oh. Yeah. Devastating. I'm like, I like this character.
That's awesome.
Not a problem reading the back of a history book. Depends on how well I paid attention in history class.
I mean, I didn't in high school, but I've come to like really enjoy it now that it's like something that I choose to do.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Any kind of like assigned reading, I don't like it. No, I don't like it.
I liked a lot of the books that I was assigned when I read them after I got out of school.
Mm-hmm.
When you have to overanalyze, I feel like it kills it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
For sure. The internet is not your friend. No.
Yeah, when reading a book. Yeah, that's accurate. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
so, but yeah, I think we didn't, again, with the way the last book ended, we got that sweet mistletoe almost kiss, and then they don't talk for freaking months. Like, how is why? Why is this a thing? Like, why does he just disappear? She's actually really angry about it. And she was like, she's like running through the scenarios of like what she's going to tell him when she finally sees him. But it's like, turns out like he was looking for his like CIA undercover father-in-law.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of busy.
just a little bit.
He's got a lot on his plate.
I don't like the not a word. Come up with like a decent excuse or something.
Yeah.
If the town's this big,
Exactly.
you know, like
I mean,
Did you
technically,
Did you not come
Technically,
in
though,
for
he's-
lunch at all? Like
yeah,
during
exactly.
he's a homicide detective, though. So unless if there's a homicide, he's not out and about as much. But what is he doing in his spare time? That's a great question. He's got to eat. He wants that lemon cake. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
he's probably bogged down with paperwork, but it's like
About Everly.
About
Here's her
Everly.
report for day 1. Here's day 1 and 2 hours in. Here's day 1 and 5 hours in.
the reports are about Everly, you know, so it's just like he's not like, oh, I forgot Everly existed. Like, no, that's the love of your life. You know she exists. She's right over there.
He's
Like
the future mother of your child, sir. Go visit her.
future mother of your children.
Denver's already accepted her.
Denver loves Everly.
Oh, I just think of the next book. And that's all I'm gonna leave it at.
Just stop
I
it.
just think it's there's not many authors that write good kids.
Yeah.
Usually they're like the spawn of Satan, or they're like too
It's
Or
true,
too
though.
much kid.
yeah.
Too much time. And like he's 6 now. When we first started the series, he was 4. I'm like, oh, look at you growing up.
They grew up so fast.
They do.
Oh, that was he's just so adorable. He's really good. He's just so good.
But just done well too. Like, you know, there's always the issue of like making a kid too young or making them just little 30-year-olds. Yeah.
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 Like they just like speak so eloquently. I was like,
Uh-huh.
that's not a toddler.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the first thing we talked about, Bianca.
Yep. We spent a solid
Favorite
5
scene.
minutes about Denver or Grady hitting, oh my gosh, Miss Everly hitting Grandpa. I'll get it right eventually, guys.
Oh gosh,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I was
was
just like, that
hilarious.
is so freaking sweet.
I'm not gonna lie, I re-listened to it. I was just like, it had just finished, and I'm like, I need it again. And I went back and I re-listened to it. I was like, it's still funny.
It's still funny. And we get a little bit, more inside on Denise, how her background, how, she, was sexually assaulted during, a date, and she realized like she doesn't ever want to be a victim again. So that's where she learned, her self-defense and everything like that. And Everly actually, is like, hey, how about you teach me some self-defense? I'm like, okay, yeah, book 4. You've been, like stolen, kidnapped, almost killed 4 times. So now we want to start learning self-defense.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great. Progress. And Denise was like, I'm surprised Grady doesn't want to teach you. And I'm like, I'm just thinking, like, if this was a romance and he was teaching her self-defense, it would just end up with sex on the gym floor. Like, I just need that scene. Without a doubt. Yes, without a doubt.
Mhm.
Denise is great. She's helping at Sun, Sand, and Tea.
Yep.
At undercover as a bodyguard for Everly, but she's helping.
I mean, she kind of needs one. Let's just be real.
Right?
Yeah.
Everly was so mad.
Constantly in bubble wrap, so nothing happened.
She was so mad for approximately 6 seconds, and she was just like, wait, you're not mad at me anymore? She's like, I can't hold a grudge.
Yeah.
But I was like, it's like, Grady has me working undercover to protect you. She's like, what? So flabbergasted.
Oh man.
Yeah. So, and then Grandma and Grandpa, Senator Denver, they're actually staying in town, and she is going to, run for mayor. And Grandpa Denver is retiring. So he's retiring from the CIA, and they're all going to live just so close to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet Grady is so excited about it. Oh gosh, poor thing.
They seem like the pop-in type.
Yeah.
Just show up.
Oh gosh, without even a call,
great to
without
see
even
you.
or a text.
Yeah.
But I do like, so in that scene that we were talking about where they were in the car and then the grandpa's just like, oh, so this is the one I've heard all about, like sarcastically. And the grandma's just like, you get used to her. Or like she grows on you. And I'm just like, oh, that's sweet, I think.
I honestly don't think she meant that as a compliment. I think she meant it like, yeah, she grows on you like fungus. Like that's what she meant. Like,
Maybe you don't want it, but you're stuck with it.
stuck with it. Everyone loves Raymond parents.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the ants? We haven't talked about them yet.
I love the ants.
Still my favorite characters.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
weren't
think
in
this one
as
as
much.
though.
I was gonna say that too. I was thinking about it. I'm like, wait a second. They weren't necessarily in it as much, even though the premise is surrounded by what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were talked about, but they weren't like in it as
There.
They were busy.
They're busy little bees filming their documentary.
Being punny.
Save the bees. I just think that's so adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like I couldn't, when I first read this, I didn't get who the killer was. Like I didn't guess it. But then also like when I reread it, I didn't guess who the killer was. And when the killer was named, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah, they were really tucked away. Like,
Yeah.
I think it was especially because the person they were working with was so suspect for a while.
Yes.
I thought it was, what's her name? Rose?
Rose.
Rose.
I thought it was her for a while.
Yeah, she was all, the show must go on. I'm like, interesting.
I think Quinn was on my suspect list because I first suspected Rose, but she was too much into Rose. So I had the same problem this time. Like as soon as the two of them sat down in the diner, I'm like, okay, it's one of you two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't remember. And then for some reason, I was just like, I think that you two had teamed up together. And then as soon as she was just like, oh, no, like, it's got to be Rose. So I'm like, Rose is definitely out of the picture. She cannot be on my suspect list. That leaves you, Quinn. Yeah, I don't know. He gave me shady vibes, but he was, I think, one of a couple. He was like one of two that I had. So I didn't peg him, but I assumed.
Yeah.
No idea. Didn't even know his name when he was sitting at the diner. I'm like, I have no idea who you are.
Oh, it was Rose and Quinn. Come on.
Who's Rose and Quinn? You know. No, Jen, I don't know. I'm like, Quinn? Who the fuck are you?
That's a new character. Did they just introduce someone?
It's kind of Alec Kelp.
I'm like, what's your stake in this?
Yeah.
I was like, can you do the thing that killers do where they explain like why they did what they did? Thanks.
Like in Scooby-Doo, you know, where you pull the thing off.
Exactly.
You meddling
meddling.
I know. I would have gotten away with it.
There's actually a book called You Meddling Kids. That's
I wanted to read it.
Yeah, that's like older, the Scooby-Doo kids older.
No
and
way.
they're,
That's awesome.
have adult
Yeah.
problems.
I'm gonna write that down. Hold on.
It came out a number of years ago. But yeah, you're right. It's them, but they're grown up, sort of.
Mhm.
Awesome.
You meddling kids. Yeah. It wasn't free. Yeah, it's just.
I love
Oh yeah, special Who Picked This Book Club meeting for You Meddling Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in.
What were you saying, Alicia?
Amelia's dad.
Oh
What's the
yeah.
Amanda's dad? I thought that was hysterical.
So like yeah, he was under suspicion for a little bit
Yeah.
just because, you know, he was like this Uber fan and he
Non-self-imposed. Oh.
a non-self-imposed book buying ban. Okay. Someone else told you not to buy any more books.
Blink twice if you need help.
I know. Do you need help? Put like a signal in the chat. Because as soon as someone tells me not to do something, I immediately do the thing. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but that's how my personality is.
Oh, yeah.
So
Reverse psychology is fabulous.
I know.
There's no
My
such
parents
thing.
saying 5 plus. Think. Got it. Think. That sounds like a hostile environment.
You don't need that kind of negativity in your life.
Yeah, you don't need that. So what you're saying is we need to come rescue you. Got it. Got it. Okay.
Like,
At
Enough
least
said.
send you books.
I know. Oh yeah, because you know, I was like, oh, people bought these books for me. These were gifts.
Mhm.
I can't say no.
True.
Did you do a final count of how many there were last night?
Oh, I didn't, but they're sitting right next to me. They're over here still.
All I know is I got in there first.
I have not.
was the first one.
I have not moved them. Oh, I have piles to the ceiling in the car.
Same.
I don't see a problem.
Yeah.
I'm still not seeing it.
I was like, I'm looking at a bookshelf over here, and other than the Julie Anne Lindsey ones, I haven't read any of them.
I'm sure you see the room that I'm in. I mean, it does go to the ceiling. Like it's
And those are like double stacked shelves,
Those are
not
double
triple
stacked.
stacked if you could.
they're double stacked like this. So I don't see an issue. It's fine. It's a closet.
But
You don't ever go in there.
now what are you gonna do? Because look at this. Look at this. Why, guys?
Oh yeah.
Why?
No.
Everything is wrong in the world.
Everything is wrong.
Although actually
Because they're no
the same
longer
height.
rectangle. They're square.
They're making them tall and skinny.
Like who did this?
I don't
Why?
understand.
I do like the mass market, this new mass market size.
Mhm.
But if you've already released the books in this size, keep them in that size.
Yes.
Agreed.
100%.
Because now my other books judge me. Not only are they judging me because I haven't read them, they're all glaring at me. Now they're like, what are you doing introducing this joke into here?
Yeah.
Well, this is the new joke, okay, guys?
This
Get
is
used to it.
Joe.
The one thing that
This
irks
is your
me the most is
second
when
cousin twice removed that nobody likes.
like when they change the cover
Yeah,
art
that too.
halfway through a series. I'm like,
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
can
An
you
Ember
just
in the
not?
Ashes, Nicole.
An Ember in the Ashes. I like every time someone brings that up, I'm like, I immediately think An Ember in the Ashes.
Anytime someone brings that up, I think of Nicole, and then An Ember in the
It makes me
Ashes.
so mad.
So irritated. I had to get the 4th book because I had to read it because I was a part of a read along, but I still don't have the 3rd book. And I was like, I refuse. Liz, you don't want to know how many unread books I have, so we're just going to move on from this
Yeah.
conversation. We're going to move
It's at
on.
least a 4-digit number.
You are correct. Yes.
Sorry to call you out, Nicole.
Right in my own life. Rude.
It's what we do, okay? It wouldn't be alive if people didn't call you out.
Yeah.
Just me? That's messed up.
You guys are honest with each other.
You guys are honest. I shouldn't have even told you nothing. God. I like them to be the same. Yeah. I started getting ebooks because I told myself no physical books until I read. Ugh. At least that's self-imposed because ugh. Book buying bans never work for me.
Yeah.
Or when they change cover halfway. Yeah. The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Or the cover size. Like I have a hardback of one cover that's like just a naked hardback, and it's a small hardback, which is fine. And then the second book in the series is this like ginormous hardback, and they don't even match.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Right. And it's the same company that released both of them. I'm like, I don't understand.
Like, who thought this was a good idea? Yes,
4
Bianca. 4 digits. Yes.
I want to say the first digit actually starts with a 2.
I feel very attacked right now. That may or may not be correct. God.
I can neither confirm nor deny the rumors.
Rude.
Don't worry, Nicole. I'm in the same boat, except all mine are digital. I've probably got at least 12 or 15,000 or 100. 12 or 1,500
I was
on
like,
my Kindle.
1,000.
And then I've got probably another 2,000 of the Harlequins I haven't gotten to yet.
I like
Yeah,
this
Every time I
idea.
watch one of your videos, I
See?
spend way too much money with the Harlequin.
See, I always
And
have
they make
this.
it so cheap that I'm just like, okay, let me add, and then $45 later,
I know.
I'm like, I have a problem.
Well, even when you go to the
Hungry.
thrift store, it's like, oh, Harlequin, 79 cents a piece. Oh,
How
yeah.
can you say no?
It's like, I'm
can't
gonna
pass
grab
up on
every
the
blaze that they
deals.
have just because.
Right?
Like,
Yeah, Bree,
Nicole,
attacked. They're
when
attacking me.
When we were talking about the Fabio covers last night,
Oh,
I
yeah.
found a bunch of Joanna Lindsay's at my thrift store for 50 cents.
Nice.
And they're all like
Ooh.
the Fabio covers, like the cheesy,
Gotta get 'em.
ridiculous, that they're fat, like,
They're over here.
Oh,
and I'm like, they're
these,
50 cents. I can't not.
like these old Rosemary Rogers ones that have these inside.
Oh.
It's like-
Yes, the
Mhm.
step backs. Oh, I love them.
Mhm.
Book buying bands give me anxiety.
Exactly.
Yeah, me too. Like, you
I
can't
don't
pass
like
it up,
when they
especially
make
when it's a
those, like,
great deal, or if you've been looking for it for a really long time.
Yes.
Like, you gotta get them. You got to.
Yeah, if I do a book ban thing, it's there's caveats.
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a caveat.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've had this plan before, but literally, like, I'll make a list and I'll be like, I have to hit these 3 books this month and I'll be good. And then it comes down to I can read this or 12 other things. And I'm just like, these 12 other things look really nice, so I'm going to stay over here that I don't own. And then it never gets read. I don't know what it is. Like, telling myself that I have to read it is terrible. Like, I went to Goodreads and I was like, what are my oldest books on here? Let's go ahead and start there and then move forward. And so I'm looking at these books, and I started that thought process last year with like 20 books, and I'm down to like 10. So I'm trying, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't care about you guys anymore. But you're still on my shelf, and I don't want to give you away. So deal with it.
Yeah. At the time where I clicked want to read on Goodreads, I wanted to read you. Obviously, I clicked want to read. But now, at this point in time, I do not.
Yep.
We should make 1 month an unread book month where you pick something from our TBR that's staring us down and we just chat about whatever that week.
We could do that.
We
That'd
could
be
do
fun.
that. If we have nothing else if a certain author doesn't release, 12 books in a year,
I'm going to give you guys a Snapchat I'm not going to do it close enough so that people can read it. But me and Nicole have planned some things.
I know we have some things to talk about.
The rest of the year.
Wow.
We've gone back to weekly, my friends. So that we
have
can
some
hit
things to discuss at the end
all
of this.
of the books.
You know, but because putting books on a set TBR doesn't work. Mood reader problems.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Bianca.
No, I need my TBR.
It works a little bit. I will say, Sarah, the one that you did for the Christmas last year, your holiday bingo board, I spent like a full day trying to figure out how to black that thing out. And it was probably the one and only that I'll ever do. Because first of all, I actually finished it. But at the same time, like trying to figure out books that I owned that matched those. And I was just like, why? But I did it.
Yeah, when I do multiple readathons a month and they all have bingo boards and you want multiple books to fit multiple prompts across it takes me days to figure out a TBR. Days.
She's like strategically planning the boards are out. She's, I have like don't bother me.
I'm like Styles with my like murder board. I'm like
you have like 3 murder boards for each one. You're like putting the little strings. You can go here and you go there. Oh, you go for this prompt and that prompt down here.
What does red mean? I don't know. Red means I don't know.
Red means you met all 3 different ones.
It even gets harder when you try to make those books you already own because you do want to get through your physical TBR. Yeah. So it's like, because it's easy just to go on Goodreads, search up a prompt and like type in books that deal with this, and you know Goodreads list comes up, but no.
And then you add 12 more books to your TBR, and you're like, well, that backfired real fast.
Liz, we are an intense book club, and it's got to be scheduled. We got to have a schedule because otherwise it's chaos. There'll be anarchy.
Chaos.
And it's easier for you guys then too. Like if we have at least 2 months planned out, then you guys know what books to expect. Just know that if Julie Anne Lindsey, Bree Baker, Jacqueline Frost, I know Julie Chase, if in hashtag Me More Kitty Couture catches on, if there are any books releasing between now and December, she is writing and releasing, I can guarantee you it's on that list. Maybe even back up to like July, because there was a book in July that came out that's also on the list. So make sure that you guys get your copy of this because that's happening, I think, in October. Yeah, we'll go over it. I tried once doing a Yep. I'm right there, Bianca. It was so stressful. My phone battery almost died. I've never been on my phone so long in one day that it almost died trying to figure out the book. And Nicole, I asked her like 3 times. I'm like, do you know a book for this prompt? And she said the same book each time. And I was just like, I don't know about that one. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. It ended up being a really great book. But at the same time, I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, it is. Battleship strategy, trying to figure it out. Okay, so we like the weekly thing. 2-week thing is killing me. Listen, I just had a lot of things to read this year, you guys. A lot of things were happening. I tried finding books to match your readathon, Sarah, and I couldn't find books to fit them, so I just wrote down one I don't know.
I'm the most loosey-goosey. I don't care. If you can convince me it fits, it fits.
There you go.
At that point, I was just like, well, the book is about a prince, and Prince is a musical person, so this will fit the musical prompt. So there we go.
The more creative, the better, and I would give you extra points for that.
I'd be like, you know what?
Next time.
You're right.
I'm going to do that next time.
Yep.
I reached out to Nicole, and she was like, I do spreadsheets and send me an intense picture, and I was like, nope. I do spreadsheets. I do. Where's my spreadsheet for Naked? Oh, here it is.
Is that the one that you've done like 4 different ones?
Yeah, I'm on my 3rd TBR for Naked readathon.
I love it.
I read all the books, so I had to make another TBR, and then I finished that TBR, and then I had to make another one. So yeah, that was exciting. I was getting through books like that. I think I read like 12 books in 5 days.
Wow.
I don't know how you do that.
And I walked away from my desk. I love spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are fun.
Spreadsheets are amazing.
I made an expenses like spreadsheet, and I did like the functions with like adding and like subtract. I was like, my God, I feel like oh, it was great. And I sent a screenshot to my husband. He's like, what is this? And I'm like, just look at it and admire it. It's a spreadsheet. I'm so proud of
Look
you.
at what we saved.
He's like, you're amazing.
Hey, at least he admitted it. So should we tangent back to the book for a few minutes?
Sure, yeah, if you want to.
Suppose.
I suppose.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
What do you want to talk about, Jen?
Oh, I don't know. Who do we think? Okay, does anyone have
like
a new?
You had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, we were talking previously about people. So Ryan is now back in the picture. So we got to touch base on Ryan and Wyatt that can go take a. I mean, he's with Denise now, it seems like, so I'll be okay with it.
Okay, how do we feel about this? How do you feel about Wyatt and
weird.
Denise?
I thought that was really weird. Like, that's a little. I guess that's normal for small towns, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But
She's
still,
young. I mean, she's not too young. I mean, they're in their 30s. She's in her 20s.
I think so, because she's what, like 24?
Did they ever say her age?
I think Everly was turning 30.
Mm-hmm.
So she's right there. And I think Grady's got to be like 33, 34.
34, I think. Yeah. It was, I just remember that she's younger because Everly made such a big deal out of it when she thought that Senator
wife.
Denver.
That's right.
The conversation, the confirmation that we got. I love that when Grady was just like, so I asked the governor or whatever, the grandma about like what her intentions were, and she was like, "Who the hell told you that?" Everly sounds like she was jealous. Of course she was jealous. Do you see how that tall glass of water looks? I'd gulp it down in the middle.
She completely did that. She's just backtracking because she was called out. Just like she completely thought that. I don't believe her for a second. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to this comment. You know what I want? I want one designated space that everyone comes to drop their read-along announcements.
True.
Someone make my life easier. I think if you just search, like on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
like,
a lot of work, though. I just need someone to tell me, here are the readathons that are going on right now. Being like,
well, doesn't the little
work.
book owl have one? But it's not 100%.
Little book owl, she does. Yeah, Katrina does.
But it's
she
not
does
100%.
like a pretty extensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sometimes you got to do some work, you know?
I'm too lazy for that.
And make a channel where we take turns just talking about BookTube news, and we just try to, just fill everyone in.
That's true.
News. Yeah.
That would be a great way to
BookTube.
Yeah, and you do it like you feature a new channel every week, so then it's just like the new people and then the old people. You can just kind of
people who are celebrating milestones. So and so had their 5 years. So and so had their
exactly.
You don't even want to look up readathons, and you want to do a BookTube like catch up channel.
Like going off of what Aaron said, okay?
Like, listen, like you want to know what's a lot of work? That's a lot of work.
Right?
That's a job.
Any of you watch Jess Owen's channel? She does something like that every 2 weeks.
Yeah, she does the community. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Denise? Question mark.
Yeah, because I was saying that she's ending up with Wyatt. I think. Yeah. I mean, if she gets together with, if Wyatt and Denise get together, then I don't have to worry about Wyatt being in Everly's space, so that she can. There's no triangle there. Then Wyatt can just like be with Denise, and then Everly can be with Grady, and then Ryan can, it seems like, be with Amelia. Like, I'm okay with those pairings. I'm fine with it. I kind of want one of the aunts to get together with Amelia's dad. I don't know.
That's what
Or Nicole, you can have your throuple. Let them all three to be together.
Throuple. I only want a throuple if I like the other person. I hate Wyatt. He can go away.
No. With the aunts and her Amelia's dad.
They cannot be a throuple. The aunts are related.
No. Okay, the aunts are not technically related, right? Don't they have like different parents?
They have the same mother.
They are related.
Okay, Nicole, tell me you haven't read weirder stuff, Nicole. Tell me to my face that you have not read weirder stuff.
If they're a throuple, then they cannot be related. If there's no sword crossing, but it's not sword crossing because they're women, then fine. But it's like they cannot be related.
You never told me that was part of the trope, okay? I just assumed things. There are
was
3
a book
people
like
that can
came
live
out
together
last
forever.
Where
They
it was
can
a
live
twin
together if they
sister.
want to. Alicia's like, gross.
Well, there was a book like that last year that came out that the guy couldn't choose between the 2 sisters, so they got together as a throuple.
Case in
What book was
point.
this?
And I'm
like,
like,
that's
one Maya
disgusting.
Banks one that you made me read. Coulter's Ladies. There
I'll
was
have to-
3 brothers and 1
I'll have
lady.
to look it up.
Well, thruples are different than reverse harems. Reverse harems being like the men are just focused on the woman, like there's no relationship between the men. But if it's a thruple, I'm thinking like they are all together.
Oh. They are Coulter's wife. They're all together. They had that weird because Nicole, don't even. You can have 5 guys. You've
The
got
brothers did not have sex with each other, Jennifer.
Whatever.
I think there was a side story happening in Jen's side story happening in Jen's head there.
I was just like, Jen was reading a totally different book.
No. It's been a while since I read it. I was just trying to figure out one with. I was just trying to figure out one with like siblings and then a person. So I was just like, this has got to work. But I see where I went wrong. Got it.
But that's the
Got
hard
it.
one. Like, I don't understand how people like incest in
Yeah, I
books.
know.
I'm just like,
No, it's a no.
that's just disgusting. Like, I don't.
Charles
get
was
it.
like, who said thruple?
I'm gonna say you called the magic words and Charles showed up.
It's like you rang. What are you? No, the brothers weren't banging. No,
My
that's
bad.
not it.
My
But
bad.
Yeah, the
the
title.
book that Jen was trying to talk about was Coulter's Wife or Coulter's Woman by Maya Banks.
By my banks. Coulter something, yeah.
Oh God.
Whoopsies. That's my bad, guys. I
did read the Corona book. I did.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
kind of like
you.
my bar, you know. It's just like, you know, when I read really, really, really weird stuff, I'm like, hey, at least it wasn't corona, like kissing the coronavirus, because I did read that.
Oh man.
Now he's barking at the front door. Perfect timing. Okay, back to what we're talking about. Not
So-
thruples.
Ryan and Amelia, let's go off to them.
What I kind of had second-hand embarrassment, but I also felt really bad for Everly when they were talking. It was Denise, Wyatt, and Everly, and they were talking about how Wyatt couldn't give up the rodeo when they were dating because Denise said, you didn't have anything like special to make you want to quit.
Yeah.
I was like, Denise.
And
That's
the
your
killer
employer
too
you're
was
speaking about.
Yeah.
I was like, ouch, that's rude.
and the
But that
killer was
does
just
happen.
roasting
If you
her
break
too
up
the
with
whole
someone,
time.
They tend to do what you wanted them to do the whole entire relationship after you break up. You're
After.
like, why didn't you do that when we were together? Like, you're doing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron, when he kept being like, God, don't fall down now. Like, most of them would have died because they don't know, like, how large you were. And I was like, sir, that is so rude. And then she's just like, I shouldn't be shamed, like, moments before my death, but I kind of am. And I'm like, oh, this guy is being very hurtful.
Yeah. You can at least be polite when you're murdering someone.
Yeah.
Right.
Have some decency, Quinn. God.
Manners. God. Rude.
I knew I didn't
I'm
like
sorry,
that guy.
Charles.
It was just. Ugh.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
When I was
Oh,
reading that,
God.
I felt so bad. Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, my jaw actually dropped. I was like, she really said that? Like, they were in a whole relationship in love. And Denise is like, well, you didn't have anything special. I'm like,
Well, that also shows her age. You would say that at like 22, 23.
right in front of her face. She was sitting
Yeah.
right there.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Where are your manners when trying to murder me, sir?
Come on.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Killers today, they just have no manners.
No. I mean, just
Clearly,
have
you know.
class, guys.
So rude.
Oh. But yeah. It's good times.
We should go through the post-it notes, see what we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, one of my favorite scenes, and you may have a post-it note about this, is Everly on lack of sleep with like a full pot of coffee in her. I related to that so much. I was just like, Julie, did you like get a camera in my house and just watch me after I had one of my 40 shots of espresso? Like I'm very, like that was very much me.
Denise was so worried. She was like, how much coffee have you had? She looks at like the empty pot. And she's like, I don't know.
It's frighteningly too easy to drink an entire pot of coffee to yourself.
It is.
I do it almost every day.
I don't like, honestly, I could do that or drink a Red Bull and go right to sleep. It really does not have any kind of effect on me at all.
I can have 2 shots of espresso at 9 o'clock at night and go to sleep a half an hour later.
It's like the worst.
It's so weird.
Hi, Vina. How are you? For the cozy talk. Yes. Vina just put out a book review video today on her channel about the Jackson Falls series, Foolish Hearts. And I need to read that series. I have books 1 through 3, I think, by Cynthia Williams. So she says they're steamy. So I'm like, okay, sign me up. Sign me up. Okay.
They sound good.
Oh, yeah. My first post-it note is about Mitzi dying, and I was like, that's actually really sad because I wanted them to have this really nice talk about her grandma. Hi, Emma Ray. Yes, Charles, steamy. Jackson Falls series, Cynthia Williams. Okay, and then so my second post-it note is her basically just thinking about like Grady had put a substantial distance between us after kissing me under some mistletoe at Christmas. It was rude behavior by any standard.
Accurate.
Like, stop thinking. How else are you going to stay?
Sarah J. Maas.
Now you've done it.
Now he's like, now I gotta go. Bye.
It's a key word. You know that if something's happening and he hears that,
that's a trigger word, is what that's.
It's a trigger.
Oh, no.
Triggering content warnings.
Steamy thruple. There you go, Charles. Go to your happy place. Forget I said anything about Sarah. I'm sorry.
He said bye.
No. Come back. I'm sorry. It's the wine.
Jen.
I blame the wine.
Gosh, Jen.
I'm always scaring people away. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just like the Killers. I have no manners. I'm sorry.
Jen is triggering me.
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Today.
Yeah, true today.
I know.
I'll forget about it. I can't even remember what I read last week, so I'm sure I'll forget about this. And then you guys will be like, Jen, last week we told you not to. I'm like, oh yeah. Super sorry, guys.
Super sorry.
I'm sorry.
So we still don't know who the town charmer is, the gossip blogger. And
Who do you think it is?
Everybody was thinking that it was Amelia's dad, but he was headline news in the, and the
Perfect way to throw us off.
Yeah, right?
That's why I'm like, I'm still on Amelia or her dad. Like I
Agreed.
Both of them together.
I think so.
That would be so wonderful.
Because I forget where it is in the book, but when they come to Sun, Sand, and Tea, and they're eating the rum cake, and she's like, "What are you looking at?" She goes, "The town charmer." Like they were whispering and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I forget where that was in the book.
Yeah. It's right. I think it's right before they confess that he's just like, yeah, I was alone by myself for a few minutes when the murder was happening. And I was like, that's not good, sir. That's not good.
Yeah.
I forgot about it. You shouldn't have. Now you're suspicious. Oh my gosh. And his painting. Can I just say, I want one of her dad's paintings.
Yeah. But that's also why he was put under like extreme scrutiny. It's because he had like this painting, and then he had that kind of risque letter,
It wasn't his letter though.
It wasn't his, but it was
It was
Circumstantial.
damning.
It was damning.
Made it look like it was in his handwriting, though.
Yes.
Keys and stuff like that.
I think Cozy's led me to Small Town Romance because I was like, where can I get these vibes but with more kissing?
Accurate. We have a friend in real life who's just like, I can't read these books because I just want them to bang. Why don't they bang? And I'm like, it's not a cozy mystery. That's not what am I trying to say, Nicole? Alcohol.
It's not a romance. It's a cozy mystery.
Thank you. Words are hard, guys.
That's not the goal of the book.
Yeah.
I was very confused at my first read for this book club. So yes, I reached the end and I was like, did I miss a page?
Like, what's happening in here? There's nothing happening.
Like, literally, nobody had sex. Like, what is this? I'm very upset.
They didn't even agree to a relationship.
Yeah.
I know. It's like all I have is a lot of tension
Witty
and
banter.
no way to release it. I mean, anyone watch Gossip Girl? Gossip Girl talked about himself.
That is true.
Yeah.
Same with
true.
Bridgerton.
Yeah.
Lady Whistledown,
Mhm.
without giving anything away.
I know.
have not watched any of those.
You've read
Get
the books, right,
Out,
Nicole?
Nicole.
Bridgerton? No.
You've never read the books?
Really?
No.
I
know.
know.
There's meaning in them, though.
Shocking.
We
Shocking.
have to fix that.
Yeah. Okay. So what we do is
Can we
start
do that
next
read along
year.
next year?
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, next year we start with reading all of those, give Julie a chance to write out some more, and then we'll start with Julie again. I like it. I think, what does the group say? The eyes will have it.
I haven't read them yet.
I've read them like
I
4
know.
times. I love them.
Oh.
I can't wait to get to Colin's book, though. He's
Oh, I just reread Colin's
my
book. It's my
favorite.
favorite.
I bullied myself. I'll raise my hand. Nicole, raise your hand. I've done it already to you today. Oh, you're on. Not next one down, Nicole. Come on. People don't know what I'm thinking. Go down. Now I just sound like an idiot. See, I'm bullying myself. We've got Nicole the Smoker laugh. It's alive. Oh. Nicole, come on. Now we're just going to laugh because you keep laughing. Oh.
Raise your hand if you've been bullied by Jen. Me! Oh my gosh, Jen. I didn't understand a single word you said back then. Oh, okay, I was confused with my first also. Where was the steam? What's going on? Then book 2. Oh gosh, that is so funny.
Look at you, Charles.
Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Listen,
Oh.
Bianca, don't shame me.
Bianca onto the new list. I think we've got a lot of people ready to read Bridgerton. I'm excited.
I used to read these chick lit fantasies when I was a teen. They need to bring those back. All fun amateur sleuth, but with sex. Yes. I really like, I read these holiday shorts by Nicole Reese. They're like if a cozy mystery and a romance like had a baby. Like there's like this murder mystery happening, but there's also sex and an HEA. So I really liked it.
Oh, nice.
And they're
more.
short.
I haven't read it either.
Well,
I
haven't read
watched
that
Princess
one, no.
Diaries a lot recently and figured I should probably read that.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, missed one.
Oh, it's the one down below it. The one. Guess we need to add Bridgerton to our list.
The Princess
That's a
January
lot-
2022.
That's a lot of books.
There's only 8 of them, okay? We could have them done in 2 months.
Yeah, they're easy. Well,
So many.
you count the one
Back
that's
us.
like the Happily Ever Afters as a separate book.
That is a separate book. It's the 9th.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But you can also get the regular books with the second epilogue, which is how I read them. So I didn't read the 9th book.
Yeah, that's what all the books that I've ordered have the epilogue on them. And the
Yeah.
epilogue.
Cat
Bianca
ladies.
needs a baby. We can do it. Okay, guys. Please.
They're great on audio. That's all I'm gonna say.
They are. I honestly,
Charles, it is so many books. You're right. So many.
And they're so easy to get through. You're like, oh,
Oh,
that was a
please.
couple
you
So
can do a
many
ton of them
books.
on Audible. Right now, they're like probably all of them are on sale. I've already seen a bunch of
I've been
them.
looking and it's making me mad. None of them are on sale anymore. I got like the
Not anymore. Yeah, no.
and it makes me so mad.
They have a sale right now. Three books for 2 credits. So if you have a bunch of credits, I
Really?
should say. I saw a couple of them. I don't know if they're all on there, but a few of them are.
Not a book baby you mentioned.
They're all on Hoopla too.
Yes, in various formats. Yep.
Yeah.
Unless if they've changed that recently, which they may have.
I just was checking it today. I think the first 7 are on audio on Hoopla.
Nice.
And I know
nice.
the ebooks are on sale, so if you picked up the ebook, you could probably get the audiobook for cheaper.
True.
Oh,
Also
that's true. They do the Audible narration for.
Mm-hmm.
I like those.
Looks like a number of them are on Scribd, but I know everyone has their issues with Scribd.
Scribd.
It never.
I'm
worked
still
on it.
I still have a Scribd subscription.
Same.
I'm angry that they only go up to 2 times speed. Like,
Oh, that's terrible.
it's irritating. It's so irritating. I'm like, why does it sound so slow?
It depends on the book. Sometimes like you have to adjust the speed depending
I-
on the person.
I had an audiobook randomly go down to 1 speed, and I was at like 2.75, and all of a sudden it was just like, and they walked through the door. I was like, what? Why is it so slow? What happened?
I actually wonder if they do read them a little slower now because they know people generally speed them up and they can, get a better pronunciation or something. I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day.
Probably.
Yeah.
I listen at 1.5, everything at 1.5.
Yeah,
That's where I started.
I can't go any higher than that.
Yeah.
I can't go much higher than that, depending on the book. But yeah, I'm the
Sometimes
same.
it sounds like chipmunks. I'm like, I listen to how my friends listen to it. I'm like, how the hell do you know what they're saying?
You have to build up to it, though. I will
Yeah.
say that because you can't just start going. You just have to slowly, like if you start going 1.5, I know that they have like the 0.1s. Like if you slowly, like over a week's time, just like added a point, you'd be up to 2 speed in no time, and you'd be like, it sounds the same. And then going down to 1.5.
I used to listen at 2 times speed, and I think because I listen while I'm at work, I need to kind of do this and do that at the same time. So that's why I have to slow it down.
Yeah.
Because
True.
if not, it's like what they had sex. I missed that. Let me go back.
Sarah's like, no, I missed the thrusting. No. Charles, you can be on a live without reading the book because we will spoil it for you.
Yeah, as long as you don't mind spoilers.
My starting speed is 2.5. Like,
Wow.
starting speed.
I start out at 2. If it's a reread, I can go up. I can start at 2, 2.5, and then 3 if I'm in a rush to finish it. But it also depends heavily on the narrator.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to this one nonfiction book. It was the author narrating it, and usually that's fantastic. But this woman talks so slow. I had it up to 2.5, and she was still talking so slow. I was like, "What is going on? Like, I can't."
And Aaron, I think you might have something there where they're reading them slower to enunciate because they know that people increase it. I would bet they probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
Charles, I wrote down that author. And Bianca, how does yours go up to 3 speed? Your Scribd.
Scribd? Oh, I don't know. Hoopla goes up to 4.
3.5.
Hoopla does go up to 4. Like, I appreciate it. Thank you. But I'm talking about Scribd. How does yours go up to 3 speed?
Scribd for me goes up to 3.
What?
Is there an update?
Yep.
I'm angry now.
You're like, I'm more angry than I was before.
Just
Mine
mildly
too.
annoyed.
That's freaking rude. First of all, I'm gonna check my freaking right now.
Everyone gets on, be like, what is mine?
Oh,
What
yeah.
is mine?
I wonder if because mine only goes up to 2.
Maybe
Aaron.
once us in Canada get something that y'all don't.
Oh, well, what phone? Wait, this is. I've got an
Bianca doesn't
iPhone.
live in
What kind of
Canada.
phone is there?
Oh no, but I've got a Samsung.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't know if that makes
It's
a difference.
An Android iPhone thing, probably.
I wonder.
Maybe.
That's rude. First of all.
Nicole's like, now I gotta get an Android just so I go.
No, I wouldn't go that far. No. I'll stick with it 2-speed. That's fine.
Right?
But yeah, that's rude.
Yeah.
I had that happen.
I think we're just like automatically slows down. Like, where does it do that? Like, how does it randomly just be like, you're on 3-speed, let's go down to 1 and test your will to live?
Sometimes I hit my watch on accident and it'll go down.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
I hit my watch.
If I'm listening to Audible on browser, the little player it brings up, every time you reload that, it starts at 1 over.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
The
I
worst.
do agree with that,
My
Charles.
Audible app, it doesn't. I have to adjust it every single time I start a new audiobook.
If it's a man's voice for some reason, I can't listen to it quite as fast. And maybe a lady with the deep voice. I notice it with men. Or if they have an accent. If they've got accented speech, yeesh. Two at most.
Which author was it who said they were working their way up to Alvin, Simon, and Theodore? I don't know.
That's awesome.
Oh, same thing happened when I was reading Neon Gods. I was like, wait, did they have sex? I have to say, Neon Gods is definitely tamer than her other stuff.
I loved it.
I loved it too. I'm not
favorite book of the month.
I gave it 5 stars, but I'm saying it was tamer than her other stuff.
It was my favorite because it was tamer. I'm like,
What?
I could read Katie Roberts.
I've
now.
decided I'm going to start Katie Robert there because I'm a little
I
on the
was
tamer
so
side,
impressed with it. Oh my god!
Because then you can only go up from there, Aaron.
True.
It's weird. Like the dirtier and darker stuff. When I'm in that mood, it usually means I'm depressed in real life. So like, when I'm in a more sweet, happy romance reading, that usually means I'm probably in a better place.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
I'm not insinuating anything for anyone else, though.
Because of it being traditionally published.
I bet it is a Samsung versus Android, an Android versus Apple thing.
For once,
Yeah.
Samsung users get something before y'all.
But
Usually, it's the other way around. That
I agree with you, Bianca. I've started to go down to 2.25. Just it seems like the sweet spot where it's just everyone seems to be pretty good. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I try to bump it up, but I'm trying to slow it down a little bit just because otherwise, like, I don't feel like I'm enjoying the book as much.
that was my big thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Cache. How are you? I have your this comment here. I have to watch your live replay too, so no worries. Thank you for being here, though. We have to read
True.
TSP. Oh yeah, exactly. It's like I have to get through these books.
true.
Like I have to read a minimum of 300 books a year for me to get through my physical TBR in the next 5 years. Like I have to do
If
it.
you don't add anything new.
Yeah, exactly. If I don't add anything new. Abortion. No. That's the worst.
Oh no.
Lacey, I hate what? You hated Neon Gods?
I haven't read it yet.
I haven't either. Maybe we'll put that as our first book of the year.
Charles.
I liked it as someone who studied Greek and Roman mythology. I thought it was quite well done.
And what are you talking
But you didn't
about?
need
There
world
was
building.
no-
Olympus is kind of there already. Like it's kind of a thing.
It's what are you talking about?
All right,
Oh
I'm
my
going
Waiting on
pile
the
on Charles.
library to come in.
Yeah.
Charles.
First he hates Sarah. Oh blah blah blah. First he hates Sarah J. Maas. Now he hates Neon Gods. That's right. I brought it back up now.
I think we
got
found his
there.
next trigger word, Jen. It's neon gods.
Neon Gods. All right.
Charles, I'm so disappointed. Oh
Right?
My God.
He sounded like a parent there. Charles, I'm not angry. I'm just very, very disappointed.
It's true.
But I'm also slightly angry. Totally wait for
I'm waiting on the audio to come in from my library.
Oh God, usually between 1.8 and 2. Yeah, I mean,
No, it's not. It's a different one.
The chair.
no, that's the blue aliens
Ice
on the back
Planet.
of
Ice Planet
that's
Barbarians.
Ice Planet Barbarians.
Oh,
Yeesh.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be reading that.
Me either.
It's
really
so
short.
good. It's so good, you guys.
Nicole, you said that you put in one of your reviews that there was a trigger warning for rapey stuff, and you know that that's my trigger, and so I'm gonna say no.
they have post-traumatic stress because they were raped and sexually assaulted. Nothing is on page.
It's still hard for me.
Don't make me crash this live. Don't get me started with Sabine. I haven't. Is that the Broderick, Abel, and what's the
Yeah.
other? Okay, I haven't read those yet.
Me either. I have them over there.
But I think Whitney over at Books With Me, she's read them and she loves them, and I trust her.
That's fair.
I got them all signed.
No, there's not a blue alien on the cover of Neon Gods.
Ooh, but I like her comment earlier about, if we're adding in Bridgerton, we're going to have to mix it up a little bit. So maybe we put Neon Gods in there. Do 4 Bridgertons, Neon Gods, the last 4 Bridgertons.
That should mix it up well. Of course, I read Neon Gods, and then immediately afterwards I read a Babysitter's Club book just to even things out,
Even things out. I don't know why, but the cover always stays in my head. The Ice Planet Barbarian. Oh yes, that trigger warning is why I won't read it. I always forget.
Yeah. I appreciate you putting those trigger warnings on there, but yes.
Hi, Britt. How are you?
She's getting ready for bed.
Good night. Y'all be good.
I was like,
We
we're
won't.
already throwing each other under the bus. It's not good.
Yeah.
We're already being called out.
It
I said
escalated.
fuck at least 7 times already.
We said thruple at least 10 times. Steamy
Talking about
thruple at least 3.
Stevie Thruple, sword crossing. Things have been said.
Incest.
Julie probably has us on the background being like, this is not my book.
I know. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about,
Sorry,
but a
Julie.
thruple did not happen. The revenge happens in chapter 1. Like, what? The world makes 0 sense. Don't be reading Neon Gods. LOL. Read her Soul to Take. Yes, read Her Soul to Take. That's actually a fantastic book. And I also like Neon Gods. Both were 5 stars for me.
Are they
I want to
both
read her
87%?
Dare books. I got those out.
Oh, did you? Did you get the Harlequin Dares?
Yeah, I got them all, so I want to
Nice.
read those next. I want to see what I think about those.
On a plus side, we did get through the first
The
book.
book first, right? Yeah.
What?
I mean, sort of. We kind of got through we got through a lot of key points.
Well,
Yes.
we talked about the ending right at the beginning.
Right at the
Yeah.
beginning. We've only
We even
been through
mentioned the
3 post-it
killer.
notes. So, y'all.
I mean, it's supposed to know, so we're waiting on at this point. Come on, Nicole. Tangent back to the book. God.
Listen, Jen, you're the tangent moderator, okay?
That's not a good job for me. I'm the first one to be like, look, squirrel.
I'm like, I'll be terrible at that job.
I was like, I know this job like the back of my hand. Oh,
that's
that's
new.
new. I should get that checked out. Different.
Oh, I love that movie. My mom and sister don't read cozies, but they love watching the Hannah Swenson. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
on Hallmark.
On Hallmark, yes. I need this to be a Hallmark series. Like,
Yes,
I
and
like
even in
that
this book, they
too.
did mention it too. They're like, your family's life story would be a great movie. And I'm like, it would be a great movie. Hallmark,
be.
are you listening? She even wrote in here that it would be a great movie. Like, take her own advice. Julian's genius, okay?
Mhm.
She can do no wrong. Yes, there are Hannah Swenson movies. Okay. I guess we can tangent back to the book.
Third post-it note, go. I know we at least did 2.
I love how when the threats were sent, they were punny. They were B, like, don't be
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you for taking the effort, though. Like, I really appreciate that. But honestly, like, if I were to get that threat, I would just laugh.
Right? Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay.
All right. Who's being a joker?
I know. I'm like, okay. Don't
But
be
the second
stupid.
part was
Okay. Oh, I laugh way too hard at that.
Post it on Instagram to have a laugh with everyone.
Do you know how much faster you would die, though?
Brady would be like the first comment, like, that needs to be an evidence.
There's evidence.
Oh my gosh. Why are there only 7 books in the Seaside series? I want more, but I also want more Kitty Couture. Oh, it's a very sad, sad story. because the publisher did not renew Julie Anne Lindsey's contract to write more Seaside Cafe. So after
Sales were
pleading,
softening, I think.
pleading
That's
the
what they
fish,
said.
yeah, sales were softening. I was like, well, let's make them hard. Like, I don't understand.
I was just like, how many people have we gotten to read the books? I'm like, is it too late? Can we, maybe they'll see, but she's already written the end. So at this point, it's just
Yeah.
like, and then with her own series that she has, she said that she only wants to go up to 8 books. Because after that point, it feels like it's a bit of a stretch. So I feel like even if her contract had gotten renewed, I think she may have only wanted, I mean, I'm only speculating. I can't put words into her mouth, but because of how her independent one is going, I would assume she would want to stop probably soon-ish after 8, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, so Pleading the Fish is the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. I'll always read more. So if they ever, revamp your contract, we'll be here, Julie.
Like, I don't understand how, like, Hannah Swenson is on book, like, 27. Like,
Well, I
I
was
don't
going to
understand.
say,
Or
Like,
there's
Joanna.
some series that just need to end.
Yes, like, come on. It's like, how does that
Like,
series just keep getting renewed? Like,
Janet
come on.
Ivanovich, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm still talking about Hannah Swenson. I was just like, I was tired book 6. Like, come
Yep.
on.
And
Yep.
what is Joanna Fluke up to? 15, 16?
That's
Ooh.
Joanna Fluke, the Hannah Swenson.
Oh, no, 26. I think 26
20,
or
yeah.
27 in the Hannah Swenson series,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeesh.
How
All,
many
yes,
people
all
were
Julie
murdered?
Anne Lindsey. It's a
Yeah,
whole
only
thing.
7.
Yeah, only 7. I'm sorry to
7.
break the bad news to you here.
I was like, maybe years from now she can get the rights back and then just keep going. But I also think that I think in one of our live with her, she had made a good point. Like, how many deaths can you have in a small town before it's just unrealistic? And it's like,
Right.
okay, that's also true. Like, we're starting to push the envelope slightly. This one works because it's someone coming from out of town. You have a lot of people coming in, so it's like, okay, well, that would be a reason for a murder to happen. Like, it's a great way to kind of refresh it for a moment. Yeah.
Well, how about this? Everly and Grady, or they get married, and then they
Yes.
travel the country solving
Solving
mysteries.
There you
It
go.
writes itself.
Yeah.
So we'll just that'll be the
Julianne,
next
you can
one.
thank me later.
I was, you had me at Everly and Grady get married. I'm like, yes, absolutely.
I'd
Yeah.
read it all day and night.
Could
Let's
you
just turn
imagine-
it. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just like, let's just turn this cozy series into a romance, and it's just like their married life.
Yeah. No, but I'm just like picturing it that they're on some road trip somewhere and something weird happens, and Everly's like, "Oh no, we've got to dig into this," and Grady's like, "Nope, not my jurisdiction. You're not a cop."
I am way out of my jurisdiction. We cannot. He's like dragging her back to the car. Like, we
He'll have to throw her over her shoulder. I'm gonna have to keep you occupied for 2 days in this hotel room, forced proximity, 1 bed. There you go, Nicole. It's all of your favorite things.
Like, he would handcuff her to the bed just so she wouldn't go sleuthing around town. I'm just saying, he would.
Yeah, I'd read it.
I read it
Randomly, he comes back from getting food. So this is the new information that I got from the local law enforcement. Here's what you can think about that. Let me keep you busy another few hours. Then we'll go out for more food, get more. This is how it's solved. That's how the book has to happen. I feel like it's a great book. I'd read it.
He would keep her fed and hydrated. He would do all the things, but he would not let her. He would not let her sleuth.
Yeah.
I do want more Kitty Couture hopefully once she gets the rights back.
Hopefully, yeah.
Taking notes that that 7 books in a series is not enough.
Duly noted.
But when they're written by the right people.
True, for true.
Fair.
Yeah, Murder She Wrote. Like, yeah, that went on a long time.
Yeah, at a certain point you have to say farewell, but I think it's the fact that it's not the author choosing when to say farewell is also the hurtful point there, because it's just like maybe she had like 10, maybe she had up to 10 books ready, like planned out and ready to go, and she had ways to keep it fresh. I would have read all of them. I would have forced all my friends to read it. I found out that my cousin's wife that I told to read this book like 2 years ago actually ended up reading them, because we were in a conversation the other day and she goes, "I'm really excited for book 6." And I was like, "You read these books? Who told you about them?" And she's like, "You did, like 3 years ago."
You
great.
did, Jen.
Actually, would have been last year because last year was the first time I wrote it. My bad. Read it. Words are hard. I'm on to water, guys. Don't worry.
Oh gosh. Okay, so yeah, after Everly gets that punny threat, the next chapter is Grady's like, I can't believe you've been threatened already. And I'm like, has he not read the series? Like, I don't understand.
I know what's
Where's
going
he
on.
been? Is he new?
Read the series? And it's actually kind of true because she hadn't done any investigating at this point. They just know she's just known as the iced tea
Amateur
shop owner who helps the detective. So like he's just proactively like, just stay out of this. You know? Just the murderer's like, she hasn't done anything yet, but I'm just being proactive.
That's right.
That
'cause
was so
that
funny with the
team-
reporter.
Go ahead.
That was really funny with the reporter. The amateur sleuth, yada, yada, yada. and
Yeah.
on the news. I was like, oh, God.
She just slides him a lemon cake, like, here you go, just eat this.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Aaron?
Oh, just that team, Rose and Quinn. That was like the first thing they bring up with her. They're like, "Oh yeah, so you help solve crime on the island." Like, no.
I was like,
No comment and
no.
runs away.
No.
That was one thing I did like about this book because I think even when I was reading it the first time, I was just like, okay, how is nobody like? Why is she the amateur sleuth? Like, why aren't people like calling her out for it and trying to kill her before she figures out who the murderer is? So in this one, she's just like, I'm not trying to solve the case. Obviously, she's going to get involved, but I do like how there's a lot of commentary on the fact that she is trying to like the local crime sleuth. And I do like that they brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Rose and Quinn. Yeah, if he wasn't a murderer.
I mean,
But
he is off his
that's
rocker.
the mystery. Did he kill them this time, or was it somebody else?
This time, was it him?
He broke out of jail, and they're solving mysteries.
Oh,
Oh, that
God.
could be what it is. He's coming after Everly. So Grady has to put her on the run. So now they're on the run, but they're trying to solve his murders at the same time. Like, did he do it? Was it someone else? He got out with a pack of people. Oh my God, which one did it? I'm intrigued.
Like all the previous murderers that were put away, they just all like do like a mass like jailbreak and they come after Everly.
They were all in the same prison.
Fanfic.
I mean, we're
It's a
finding
small
ways
town,
to.
guys.
Fantastic. Oh gosh.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah,
.net.
yeah, we're just speculating at this point.
Yeah, no,
We're just trying to find ways
We're
to
just
make it go past book
spitballing.
7.
Fine.
We might as well be writing fan fiction.
at this point, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right.
Fan fiction where Grady doesn't wear clothes. That's all I'm saying. That's the only requirement.
They moved to a nudist colony.
There you go.
Yes.
Charm rebrands as a nudist colony.
The ants run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would believe that.
Everyone wouldn't live there if her aunts were there too, though.
That's true.
They
I
only
know,
run
I'm
it.
not-
They can be in the
You gotta
front
live
office.
on the other side. Oh gosh. I'm back. All right. Thank God. Oh gosh.
Good times. Good times.
I love the little fourth wall break we got a little bit where Everly was like, maybe my life needs a better writer.
I read that and I was like, no, you have a perfect writer.
Perfect writer. Fantastic.
Read that fanfic.
Absolutely.
Oh.
I mean, there are certain scenes where you just think should have went another direction. So there's gotta be an outlet for it, you know?
I will say, I feel like this book got steamier in like a lot of emotional ways between her and Grady. There were a lot of good Everly Grady moments where I was just like, you're so close.
Yes.
Just bang it out.
Yeah, especially when he was like saving her life and doing mouth to mouth and like she like opened her eyes and he was like crying. I was like, oh my God.
I mean, the best way to make him stop crying was, just
Well, wasn't it the end of the book or something? She said she was going to make it up to him or something like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Aaron, because that's where my mind went at that moment too.
Mhm.
Because he got her the letters. I broke all 200 of these out of.
She was giving away her food for free to everybody. I was like, how does she pay her bills?
True that. True that.
Plus,
Still,
everything's on the house. I'm like, how the hell do you pay your bills?
How the hell? Yeah, seriously. Every time, like, I think we said this in the last live where, you know, every time someone does just a little something for her, she's like, you get free food for life. I'm like, man.
I'm like, how about free food for the day?
I know, the week. Like, I don't.
I'll
For
give you
life?
a punch card, 10 free meals, expired at the end of the year.
I was
It's
like,
the
you're
last
not
week
gonna be
of the
able to
year.
pay your
Well-
mortgage. Like,
She's
like
like
Oprah.
Oprah.
you get a tea. You get a tea.
Accurate.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, goodness.
She's just so generous. So generous. We talked about that. Oh, okay. So this little text message interaction between Grady and Everly.
Oh,
Grady's like, stay safe, Swan. And she just jokingly, she's like, you'd be lost without me. And his answer was nearly instant. Yes. Who would make me lemon cake?
Take the lemon cake you want, Grady. Let's just be real.
Like,
Call
sure.
it what it is.
It's a euphemism for something else.
It's a euphemism. Oh, like, oh, you guys are so cute. I just cannot. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Mary Grace, where she's
Crazy.
Gracie
Sorry.
when they were talking like she's engaged to Chairman Vanders and Everly's like, blink twice if you're being held against it.
Oh my gosh.
Right in front of her. I was like, oh my god, blink twice. I will save
Wasn't he
you.
also a creep in the last book? Wasn't he the one that had the hard time?
Yeah, the weird little
so.
opening of the package.
Like,
Oh
weird-
yeah, he was the
like,
weird
they
like,
kind of work
ribbon
as
fingerer thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Amateur sleuth humanitarian. She does it all. Yeah, he does want her cake.
I just love it when Ryan comes in and he's like, put your hands up, and Denise like flies him through the air. And he was like, for like the proposal or something, for whatever reason it was. And I was just like, oh, Ryan. I'm glad
She
that
tries to play it off too. She was just like, that was totally an accident.
I'm like, not
okay,
really.
Okay.
But I think
Oh
I
my
love how her
gosh.
immediate response is just like, oh my God, she must be a spy. And I'm like, she probably is. She's got all the training.
Oh yes. Oh gosh. Oh yeah, when she was locked in that room with the bees.
Oh,
When she was looking for the family, I think she was looking for the family like cookbook or something.
Yeah.
yeah, for
And-
new recipes.
Aunt Claire and Aunt Fran had only beaten Grady to me by a matter of minutes, which was saying something considering he'd been at the station when I called and they'd been in the yard. And I was just like, his woman is in trouble. You know, he broke every speed limit to get to her.
Yep, true.
No other logical explanation than spy, obviously.
Well, and I love that Denise said, like, when she was, oh my gosh, when she was trying to explain it to Everly about, like, how important she was, and she's like, you're the most important thing to Grady behind Denver. And I was just like how far behind? Like, is it not like a really small amount? Are they even? Can they just be even?
Like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was a really cute moment. This book was full of those. Oh, I still think the next book is my favorite, but this one has a really good spot for just all the moments.
Yeah.
It's very
You
close.
think the next book is your favorite? Okay. All right.
I mean, things are gonna happen, and you're like, what the fuck is Jen talking about? Just keep reading.
Just keep reading. It'll get better. I promise.
Just read to the end, and then I think, yeah. I'm just gonna. It's been a hot minute since I've read it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can wait. I think I'm honestly gonna read the next two pretty quickly, and then hope I don't give anything away on the next one.
I think these like this one and then the next one I've only read the one time. So it's like this is only like my second reread for these next two.
Only my second reread for the series. I like it. I'm really selfish, and this is going to sound horrible, but I really need Teresa Palmer to get better because I need her to be the narrator for the next book. She does such an amazing job, but I also know she has to take care of herself because, you know, take care of number one before your job. Understandable, but she's so good. I can't imagine anyone else trying to read this book. It's going to be like the Scottish mystery books where that lady was so good and then they had someone new and I'm like, you ruined everything.
So who's narrating?
I don't know. I tried to look on the sixth book, the one that's coming out next. It has a time limit, but it doesn't tell you who it's narrated by. But it says that it's going to come out September 28th.
Okay.
So yeah, I wish they would have told us because I don't know.
Okay.
But hopefully she gets better. For other reasons, not just the selfish ones, but for the physical reason that
just because, you know, I just hope you get better.
Yeah.
Not because I need you to narrate more audiobooks.
If it comes between, you know, living and not narrating, I'd still take that option for you.
Okay, so this is another scene between Grady and Everly. And so they're just talking. He's opening up to her about like what he's been doing. And like, finally, they're having a talk. Like, thank you. And he said, I was just looking for an excuse to see you. I knew it was late, but you'd be curious enough to let me in. Sorry. And she said, I will always let you in, Grady Hayes. You don't have to have a reason to visit. His eyes darkened and moved to my mouth. I'm like, is it hot in here? Like, if this was a romance, they'd be banging already.
It's a little warm, yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
a little warm in here. But it's like they're like those little moments, like, oh. Gotta fan myself off. Oh, nope, we talked about that.
I was like, we did talk about quite a few things. Like, I'm proud of us. We didn't start out talking hard. See, that's what we do. We got to sandwich it in. We start off talking about the great moments, and then we kind of like go off on like the weird tangent of just all the things, and then we come back to it at the end. Got to sandwich it.
Do we know how she is? I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know.
I would agree to that.
Can we just not have the audiobook until she comes back? We just save it. We'll save it for her. Okay, so we got the full name of the lemon cake recipe. It's like lemon cake to bolster a hero's heart. And this is from like the 1800s. You know, the recipe hasn't like hardly changed at all. And I think that's really cool.
I mean, it was the greatest scene of the whole book / possibly series.
We talked about it. We talked about it right away. Right away.
Nicole was just like, we're live. And I immediately said, Miss Everly hit Grandpa with a rock. That's literally how it started out.
And then we just had to talk about it.
We had
to. Oh yeah, this scene. I think I honestly I highlighted so many parts of this scene of where our favorite scene.
Oh yeah. It just kept getting better and better.
Yes. It's like she loves him so much.
I like the little moment where
I thought he was stealing you. I would have hit him with a car if I had one. I love that line. I love that line.
Well, that she placed a little kiss on his head at one point too. So that, she's holding him in the car, and I'm just like, she's your mommy now. We were all thinking it, okay.
When Grady opens the car door and they're just kind of like wrapped together, and he's just playing with her hands. I'm like, you guys are so cute.
You know what he was thinking about later that night. We all know.
It's like, gosh. And she immediately thought he would be angry. Like, I'm sorry. But no, he's not angry. You're not angry? You protected my son. Denver's head lifted from Grady's shoulder at that. Miss Everly hit Grandpa with a rock. So great.
And this is why he won the award for the sidekick for males.
Oh yeah, that
This year.
was this year for Bookish Academy Awards. That's so funny. Yes. So great. We talked about that. Oh, yeah, this is when we find out who the killer was. I'm like, Quinn? Question mark. I swear, I this is the second time I read this book. Yes, absolutely. Oh, yes. When Grady is rescuing Everly and giving her mouth to mouth, and he's saying, stay with me. He said again, a set of tears fell over his stubbled cheeks. Don't go, Everly. Hear me? I was like, oh my God. And then he called her strong and a fighter. I'm like, stop it.
I'm surprised you didn't say in this scene like, use something. What's the go between?
What?
Don't ever give someone mouth to mouth.
Oh,
You always keep
yeah.
something in between.
Yes.
It's fine with Grady because we know he's clean. We know.
I mean, what about her? She's probably choking out some things.
I mean,
She probably had a lot of water in
allow
her
it.
lungs.
He probably did.
Nicole, like every other book that comes out, you never do this. And then this one being like, well, he
That
has
is the
some
closest
reasons.
to a kiss that we got in this book, ma'am. What are the Bookish Academy Awards?
Wait, next
Oh,
comment.
wait,
She
never
already
mind.
remembers.
I remember. Okay. So it's just something we do every year on my channel. Okay, so my last post-it note is the ginger pear iced tea that I want to try to make because it sounds delicious.
Agreed.
Yeah, so that's it. That was
A call for Kelp.
woo, round of applause.
Yay.
Julie Anne Lindsey does it again.
5 stars.
5 stars.
Absolutely. Yep.
I pictured that like an emotional ER Grey's Anatomy scene. Breathe.
I mean, it was. Like, if it wasn't for her live stream thing, and we didn't even talk about the fact that she threw a sandwich, like, all down her front.
Oh yeah, the salad to
Okay.
go. Or
Yeah.
Yes.
On the live stream.
Yeah.
And she just immediately ended it. Like she didn't even say bye or anything. She's like, gotta go, bye. But people loved it. That's awesome. Did he just leave without saying goodbye? Oh, Aaron.
No, I had a kiddo cameo.
Obviously 5 stars. Never mind, he's back. So yes. Amazing. Yeah, I still think Tide and Punishment is my favorite so far.
This one.
It's tough. Yeah, between this one and Tide and Punishment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What made you like Tide and Punishment so much? Is it because it was Christmas themed?
Christmas themed. We got a little bit of a kiss. There was more sexual tension between them. They're kind of like doing the more touchy feelings. I mean, there was a lot in here too, but
You like the head touch moment, I remember.
oh god, yeah.
The island was more established by book 3 too.
Yeah.
So it was more enjoyable. Just the atmosphere felt.
We got more of the ants in book 3.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah,
I might
is it-
really like the next one because it's Halloween, I think.
Ooh.
The next one's real good.
Ooh, is it really?
Just keep reading. And know that it ended up in the freezer for both Nicole and I at one point.
Yeah, that book went in the
okay.
freezer.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
It's going to rip your heart right out. You're going to love it.
Tell me that, and I haven't even read it yet.
Oh no, the Swan Curse. Is that what this is?
That's so
I won't
fun.
tell you anything, but I will tell you at one moment, you will put the book in the freezer and you're going to tag us in social media and be like, it happened. I read it. I got there. I think I'm still going to have to put this, even after having read it already, I have a feeling it's going to end up in the freezer again, being like, I just can't right now.
I'm just gonna
Next to my
clear
cookies and
that,
cream
that
ice cream.
space.
Yeah.
Clear that space in there to have it ready.
Yeah.
Just prepare it for it. Have a
Julie
glass of
Anne,
wine ready to go.
Julie Anne Lindsey, like she told me, like she's like, before we read this, there's a scene that you're not gonna like. I just want to prepare you. I was like, fuck.
She did. She did the warning, and I was just like, it can't be that bad. And then after I got to that point, I messaged her on Facebook, and I was like, I got to it. It really hurt. And she goes, my editor actually like stopped her and reached out and was like, how could you do this?
How?
Oh, no.
So when you get to said point, just let me know. I will direct message you a fix-it fic where I took a screenshot of the Kindle page, I blocked it out, and I typed my own stuff. So
Okay.
I fixed it like it didn't even happen. So just let me know. I'll send it to you. It's fine. It will be going in the timeout share. Yes, everyone take a picture. But yeah, it was rough. It was rough. So yeah, Closely Harbored Secrets. We're doing that September 1st. If y'all want to take a picture.
Nicole, why do you do this?
I know, I always do.
Classy.
You do. Like you do like everybody take a picture, and I was like, that's so fancy.
It's like holding your pinky out when you're holding your teacup.
Makes me think of that one Black Widow scene where she's just like, "What are you doing here with the hair clip?" And I was like, "That's what it makes me think of."
I loved her in that movie. She's like in the middle of a convenience store, and she's like, "Like, what is that you're doing?"
And then she does it later, and she's like, "Ooh, just how you land. You got to steady yourself."
But honestly, like you would literally break your knee if you landed like that. Reminds me of a K-pop pose. K-pop pose. I don't know what K-pop is.
Oh, you should search that. There will be billions of results.
Is that like BTS?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are.
I know what K-pop is. I know what K-pop
Christine, don't tell me that. I'm already nervous. Julie prepared us for something in that book as well, and I'm like, I'm not ready. Like, is it? Christine, tell me, is it worse? Is it
Christine,
worse
tell me.
than Closely Harbored Secrets? Just say yes or no.
Just a
Blink
oh my
twice.
God.
Like,
Blink
Let's see here.
Aaron's like, let me find it. This is ridiculous.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
We're
does.
going into September. Yes. Oh, yes. And if you're following along with the Uncle Rick's read along, tomorrow we are talking about the House of Hades on my channel.
Cool. I cannot see it now.
So yeah, that'll be on my channel. Have I started the book? No. No, I have not, but I will.
And you can't leave me hanging like this, Bianca. Like,
you didn't even leave 3 dots.
She didn't even leave 3
like, is there a limit to what you can type in a comment? Like, I need to know. Did someone break something?
There's a limit to what you can put in the comment.
Oh, I didn't know.
Kind of like tweets. There's a limit of.
Yeah, that's true.
Rude
Character. There's a character.
Oh.
It's like 200 characters or something. Got it. Then she told Scarlett, who was like, well, I've been doing this for years. She's like, well, Scarlett, you've been doing it wrong, so I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, there we go.
That's hilarious.
I did not know that. It was a really great scene.
It's a great scene.
And I love it too, because like almost immediately after, for hopefully everyone else has seen Black Widow, when she was just like, and do you like my vest? And she's like, no, I don't like your vest. And then she's like, it's actually pretty cool. And she's like, I know, right? Look at all these pockets. And I was like, pockets are the best. Guys don't know how good they have it with deep pockets. Like, whoever makes women's pants should be shot and thrown to the sharks.
Where it looks like it's a pocket and it's not.
It's not even a pocket.
Oh, it pisses me off.
Oh, I'm wearing pants exactly like that right now, and it's making me so angry. I'm like, why would you make it look like a pot? Oh my God. Sorry.
It drives me crazy. But I love now that they're making dresses with pockets.
Yeah.
I'm so
It's
happy.
a little thing. We just want pockets, like, for the love of God.
I remember seeing something like a couple years ago that somebody was buying a wedding dress and their wedding dress had pockets. I'm like, what the fuck? I followed my husband around all night going, give me my stuff, because he had it in the pockets of the suit.
He had the pockets and you didn't.
Right?
Yeah, when we had to do the dollar dance at my wedding, I was stuffing ones in my freaking in my top here, and I was like, "You'd think we were at a different kind of, function there." For the love, my God.
The grandparents. This is not what I was anticipating.
Like, what are you
This is
doing?
not how she was raised.
Christine makes it sound like it's going to be so much worse. I shouldn't have asked. I should have just let my mind wander, although my mind probably would have been like 12 times worse.
Your mind, yeah. I mean, it's worse. I had to put the book down.
Compose myself. I'm already not composed.
Christine, I need you to go into my DMs and just tell me because I need. No, wait, don't. Fuck.
No.
Just what chapter? That way, then you're prepared for it.
Oh,
what's
yeah,
coming
what chapter?
into it.
What chapter?
Although, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna like read through the next two pretty quickly, and then I'll just remember where one ended, and then reread Partners in Lime immediately afterwards again. That sounds doable. I'm good for it.
I'm very upset. Oh, and then we have the next late night special. Who picked this book? We are talking about
Nicole
I
did.
Married a Lizard Man, and that is September 4th.
I don't know if I'm gonna smile for this one.
You are gonna like it.
Will I know? Will I?
You will.
It's not manga, so you know.
I mean, I almost think that I would prefer another Dick Fight Island over reading this Lizard Man one. Okay, that's how much I don't think I'm gonna enjoy this.
Well, it doesn't seem to be as bad as everybody makes it think. It seems to be more sweet.
No. Everybody who has read it that I know, 5 stars.
No.
Yes, ma'am. So when we're talking about when we're doing the live stream for I Married a Lizard Man, I just want you to remember this time, okay? And I'm the friend who's gonna say I told you so because that's just me.
I don't think I can get over the fact that he's a lizard, though.
You will. It's fine. It's fine.
And then at the other point, I'm just gonna be like, how does that work? Because then my mind's gonna be like trying to physically figure out.
The author will let you know. You don't have to work. You don't have to wonder. She'll let you know.
Are there pictures? Will I be able to like?
You get to make the pictures.
You get to make the pictures in your brain.
Give me whatever you want.
Jen's gonna have detailed drawings of how everything looks.
You know,
This one
if
in
I
here
was
and it
an
was
artist,
around
I would
there.
do that. I cannot draw for anything, but if I could, I would put my talents to use recreating scenes of romance novels.
There's a couple romance novels with the pictures.
Yeah.
I can't think of who it is.
I can't do this genre. It's okay. Don't you worry. We'll be
That's
back
okay.
with Cozy Mysteries. Don't
I
you
wouldn't
worry.
do it if Nicole wasn't loaning me her Kindle, so it's all good.
It's like you don't even have to read it. Like I literally bought Dick Fight Island for you, and you enjoyed it. And I'm literally letting you read from
Would
my
I
Kindle
say I
where
enjoyed
I have.
it?
You did, ma'am. Do you want me to pull up the live stream where you said you enjoyed it? Like I don't. Like it is live footage.
What was it? 3.5? What did you
I think I gave it. I think I gave it 3 for create. Maybe it was. Hold on, because I
You
do
gave it
say
a 3.5. Okay, it's fine.
because they were creative. I was just like, I still don't think I would ever have picked it up for myself. I know I would never have picked it up for myself.
And look at what you would have missed out on. Look at,
Yeah.
I mean,
I was just laughing the whole time. I gave it 5
I was
stars.
too.
I was just laughing.
I gave it 5 stars. It was amazing.
I was like, oh my god, I can't like.
Oh, I've read a lot of things. I did give it 4 because it wouldn't let me downgrade it, but I did do an actual 3.5, and I said,
Yeah.
well, that happened. It finished
was
well.
Yeah, everybody finished well, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Not only will she tell you I told you so, but she will put up this part and play it for you. Absolutely.
She did it every time in the Bookish Academy Awards. What? There's a male character? I have to find someone else now. Put that compilation together real fast, didn't you, huh? Had that in your back pocket.
I did. Every time we do the Bookish Academy Awards,
Except for
when we
this
do
last year.
favorite sidekick, except for this last year, she never picks both male and female. She never picks. She only picks one. And so I'm like, okay, what did you pick for, the female? And she was just like, well, we had to pick both like every year.
Because you didn't put male and female. You just said favorite sidekick.
We've done it since the start of my channel in 2016. And she always forgets, except for this last year.
Yeah, and you know why? Because I have a list. I carry a list with me the whole time now. I'm like, oh, I read something. This does meet something, which I haven't actually done anything much this last time.
I know we said we were going to create like a running like list, but I didn't.
You didn't. I did.
I did not. But yeah, so the last Bookish Academy Awards that was not live, that we actually filmed and I edited, I actually put in sections of the video where she forgot the previous 2 years.
3. And you would have had the 4th, but you couldn't find the original video.
I couldn't find the
At that point, I'm surprised you didn't get your camera out and just like record the video being like, Jen, look at Jim go. I wouldn't put it past you. I tried to psych you out for it on this last one, but I couldn't hold my face for very long.
You couldn't hold your face for very long.
I
My
had
1
goodness
year
at that.
anniversary with y'all. Yay!
Yay! Happy early 1 year anniversary!
Mhm.
Do y'all remember which books was your first book with us? Sorry to put you on the spot like that.
I think it was Lords of the
Ooh.
Underworld 3.
I think that's the first
third
time,
book?
Aaron. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember you commenting on that one.
Right. Yeah, I was just in the comments.
You weren't a regular just yet, but you were.
No,
starting.
I was too shy to try and be on lives and too intimidated to ask. You know. Big
Now
time
look at you.
booktubers.
Now look at you.
Now you're a seasoned regular.
I don't even remember, honestly.
I don't either. I
think
was
mine
asking because I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't remember.
I'm trying to remember.
the intrigues. I think
Oh,
when she was
that's
doing
where I
when you did the
started.
Oh yeah.
You probably started. Was it the first? Would it have been the first one then?
I think it was the first Kentucky crime ring.
Which would have been the
one,
Cade
so
County.
It wasn't the bomber
Yes.
one.
yes.
Or was it the bomber one?
No, that's Impact Zone. That was the beginning of this year.
I
Was
was missing in the mountains and all that. That was.
I think so.
Yeah, I was in the comments for those, I think.
Yeah.
The Garrett Valor, the Protectors of Cade County, that
Yep.
series possibly.
Yeah, that was. I think those were my first. I think where I was actually in the comments.
Got it.
Stalked quietly.
Discussion was Midnight Sun, but book I read with y'all was Kitty Couture. Before that, I stalked quietly.
Nice.
I'm ready to do Kitty Couture again. I'm not gonna lie. I'm jonesing for a
I'm gonna
reread of
start
that.
it next month. I got it all on audio. I'm gonna start it next month.
Yes. Just let me know when
I'm
you
gonna
start.
quit bothering you constantly now.
That's okay. Reach out. I will read with you because I've been wanting to reread that series.
Yeah.
Confession, I still haven't read Midnight Sun. Bought it when it was new. I'm slow even at, hey, 98 books. That's
I
great.
haven't read that
good.
many books. You're doing fantastic.
I'm only at 54 right now.
The cat people unite.
Kitty Couture reread.
Then we can just blow up. When you read Kitty Couture, everyone, always at Crooked Lane Books, hashtag need more Kitty Couture. If we can just get them to block us because we're that annoying, that's at least something. And hopefully they'll reach out to Julie and being like, I think we might need some more of these.
Did they stop printing the books? Because I can't find them.
Yeah.
They did. So the easiest way I would suggest to get them is on eBay or Aid Books, I think is where I found them before.
A-Books is good. It's a good resource.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the ones that you're going to be able to find are the ones that I would suggest you get, because you'll be able to get all 4 of them, would be the hardcovers. Those will be the easiest to
Yeah,
find.
because Harlequin hasn't printed out the last one in that paperback.
Because I've seen the paperback covers and they're
The paperbacks are so cute. My signed one is in a different area. Please don't follow me. But these 2 are the first and the second. And I did have to get these on eBay, and I did have to wait a very long time to watch them come up because people don't give them away.
yeah.
We don't. They know what they have.
Mm-hmm.
I started with On. Cool. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm
Need to
trying to think of
elaborate.
what it might be short
Elaborate,
for.
Christine. I know. Elaborate.
We're all
Christine.
just like, what is it?
You started on with what? Wait, why is that ice cream person driving around now? Sorry, I just heard.
We have that randomly too. They usually do it in the winter. I'm like, nobody wants your treats in the winter. Come when it's 120 degrees.
Nearly 8 o'clock at night. We should plan a picket protest in front of Crooked Lane offices. We need more Kitty Couture.
Agreed. I hate that they didn't do the 4th one either.
I don't even think Julie knows if they're going to be doing the 4th one.
I don't think they are because it's blah blah blah. It was Harlequin that
Yeah, they re-released it.
re-released it. Yeah. Or am I thinking of a different series? No, I think it was them.
No, it was them.
They
They released it as the paperbacks. Yeah. Oh, they did Christmas Tree Farm too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do for the
I
3rd.
can't find them. The re-release
The
of the Christmas Tree Farm.
Oh yeah, the Christmas tree ones they don't have anymore. I think
They
those
don't
are
have
sold
anymore.
out. So on those ones, I would also suggest eBay.
I bought them used, but I bought them
Oh.
hardcover, so you can't tell that they were really used.
Oh, nice.
The hardcover editions are cute, though. I like them
Yeah,
more
they
than the
are.
paperback.
And they're the same size.
Thank God.
True. Yeah,
This is crazy.
this is accurate. I've
Can I
said
just
this.
make enough for us? Yeah, seriously.
I know, and at one point too, like you could add the book to your cart because I was trying to find this one, and they kept saying like, "Go ahead and add it to your cart." So I'd add it to my cart, and then they'd be like, "Well, this is unavailable," and I'm like, "If it's unavailable, do not give me the option to add it to my cart. That hurts my feelings."
Yeah. I know.
Hurts my feelings.
I got hopeful, and now you've ripped him away from me.
Okay, so we do have some laundry list of things to talk about for the rest of the year.
Are we going through all of them, or are we just
Yeah.
going to do the next 8?
I mean, we can do next 8, but yeah, we are. We decided to go back to weekly.
Get your pencils out, friends.
I know
starting
that's
in October.
fast. And if you, I mean, I did make the graphic already, so the graphic will be posted. So you can take screenshots of that on Instagram, on my Instagram. But yeah, so we are going back to weekly in October and November.
More October and December. It's really just October.
It is
Early
really just
November.
October. You're right, because November we're taking 2 weeks off for the holiday, and same with December, except for maybe
Sort of. We've got
the
questions for you
22nd.
guys.
We got questions.
But
yeah. Surprised they haven't asked you all to pick a game of Christmas.
I would do it in a heartbeat. I would say, though, my demand would be that I need at least 4 more Kitty Couture and more if Julie said she had ideas for them. Or even a spinoff. I'd take a spinoff at this point.
Sourcebooks is using my graphics for these lives to promote Seaside Cafe. That's all I'm going to say.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they sent an email to Julie to promote Partners in Line because, you know, the book is releasing and the graphic for the live stream is on there for her to use to promote. I'm like, they didn't ask,
Awesome.
but
So that's why we have to go like this. We have to look cute for these.
I
gotta
mean,
make
they
sure we
didn't
start taking
ask
some
to use
selfies
my
together.
graphic, but it is public. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I love that when I go to search for something like for the book, because to make the descriptions in the Facebook event, I'll sometimes type it in, and ours is one of the first things that pops up. So it's usually if it's anything Julie related, our face is somewhere on it.
Face is
That's
somewhere.
okay.
Meant to say I started watching last year when. Oh, okay.
So it would have been when this one came out, A Call for Kelp.
Call for Kelp.
Because
Yeah,
we did that in
did-
May.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Beat Nicole and Jen. Apparently. But they didn't ask us. Rude. Okay. So after Burden of Poof.
Wait, should we do you guys know those dates for all of those?
Yeah, those dates aren't changing.
Okay.
There's a graphic on Instagram for up until Burden of Poof.
Which is September 29th.
Yes.
Just saying. Just gonna throw that day out there for you guys.
Okay. Yeah, so October weekly for first we're doing Cider Shop Rules, which is October 6th. And
this one.
Yeah.
And that
Third
did
book.
come out in July 27th. So you should be able to get that one now.
Cachet, I believe in you. You got this. He's gonna catch up on this series in time for Closely Harbored Secrets. I
Hey,
believe
it's
in you.
perfect.
Oh, they're easy to read. They're quick.
And the publisher did not contact me. No, they did not.
Wow.
Yeah. Julie was like, "Did you know about this?" I'm like, "Had no idea."
They're like, surprise!
But that's fine. I mean, and then after that, October 13th, Kingdom of the Wicked.
Are there only 2 Cider Shop books before Cider Shop Rules?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
The first one, I believe, is Apple Cider Sling, and then the second one is Pulp Friction.
Yes.
Both of them should be up on Hoopla to catch up if you need to.
Check your Hoopla. They should be on there.
Okay.
And I know the first one is part of if you have the Amazon Audible Plus.
Oh, okay.
as an
I
Audible
just
book.
canceled that.
I just canceled my Audible too, Aaron.
So
yeah,
you
check
can't
your,
get in.
check your Hoopla. Check on the Hoopla.
right.
Next book, October 20th, is Kingdom of the Cursed.
Ha, ha! Which everyone should be fully aware that that book comes out on October 5th. So you have a slight time crunch on that one. But if you think that one was fun, on October 27th,
We're talking about Seven Deadly Sequins, which is the book number 2 in her indie series, and that's releasing on the 15th. So that's a slightly less. It's less than a week.
no, it's not. It's 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. Good. Oh,
When I just
barely.
looked online to double check, it said that it was releasing in June.
What?
Seven Deadly Sequins
Mm-hmm.
in June.
June 23rd. That's what Amazon said.
Mm,
That's why
Amazon lied.
I was going to ask you about that because I was like,
she's
Hold on.
releasing Burden of Poof releases September 15th, and she's releasing every 15th until the end of the year.
right, that's what I
So
thought.
4 will be out this year.
Okay.
Now I'm curious. Hold on.
September 15th is Cozy Mystery. That's awesome. I didn't know that. I'm going to write that down.
Shut the front door.
That's probably why she's doing it, because she's a genius.
October 15th for Seven Deadly Sequins.
Yeah.
I don't know why it said June online. Interesting.
Amazon, pull yourself together. That's what I want to say.
Trying to make everybody lose their minds.
I was like panicking for a second. I was like, I know Julie probably needs to sleep at some point between now and the end of the year.
I need to use my Audible credits. Yeah, I don't like that. The fact that when you cancel, you don't get to keep your credits. I'm like, I'm sorry, those are bought and paid for. Audible. I hate that.
I just used them on Julie Anne Lindsey books. So
There you go.
There you go. Persevere, adapt, overcome. I like it. Are the Wicked Curse books scary? Oh, you didn't make it through. You almost didn't make it through Witchling.
I would say it's less scary than the
I didn't have
Witchling.
to.
Although I honestly don't remember the Witchling either.
I'm
I
sorry,
wanna-
everyone. Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I suggested. No, it's totally
I don't-
fine. It's totally fine.
I don't think it's scary. I mean, someone dies, but it's more. I wouldn't consider it scary. It's young adult, so I think it's. I don't know if Witchling was young adult, but the
No,
next
it
one
was
they're gonna
adult,
get
but-
steamy. Kingdom of the Curse is supposed to be super steamy.
I like
Just gonna leave that there.
it. Just try it. If you get scared, stop.
Then
It's fine.
stop and you're good. I won't judge you. I honestly only read the book once, and then I've since bought 4 books. And there's only one out, so I've bought 4 of the same book. Of the
Yeah.
first book. Now the second book, I bought the next 4 versions of it. All right, November 3rd.
November 3rd, Kentucky Crime Ring, which is book number 3 in the Heartland Heroes.
And that comes out
series.
September 28th.
I'll be up for that.
Right in the freezer? Then okay. Yes. It's totally fine. Do what you need to do.
Yes. And then November 10th, this is the 4th one, right?
Yeah,
The
Stay
Heartland
Hidden,
Heroes?
which is
Stay
number
Hidden.
4. Yes.
Which is also a quick turnaround time because it comes out October 26th,
26th.
which is about a 2-week time frame for you. So just keep those in the back of your mind that they're
Is
a little
that an
bit-
intrigue?
They're
It is
both
an intrigue.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, they go on sale a month early on the Harlequin website.
Yeah.
So you can get it early.
Print or ebook.
Nice.
Ah,
So it's not as quick a turnaround if you buy it.
through Harlequin. I think I'm going to have to do that.
Slow down, Professor.
What was the
Where
last
are we
one?
fitting Bridgerton?
Not this year. Not this
Oh,
year.
Bridgerton
Simon
is
can get- never mind.
2022.
2022.
But what was your question, Alicia?
What was the last one again? The one
Oh,
that's coming
Stay
out?
Hidden.
Stay Hidden. Yeah, that title used to be called Dangerous Abductions, but she had to change it because apparently all abductions are dangerous.
I love
So-
that she said that. That was great.
She's like, all abductions are dangerous. Who knew?
And then after going weekly for 7 weeks, it's
We will
going
have
to
a
get
2-week break.
real tough. So October
Well,
17th and the 24th, we are off.
We're off.
Happy holidays. We'll miss
Happy
you.
holidays. I will not be in town for one of those weeks. So, but yeah,
And we
we will. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and we would have put Beating the Rap on November 17th, but that would give you 2 days to read the book.
2 days.
So we didn't want to be mean.
We didn't wanna
And
do that, yeah.
yeah.
So we put that one, Beating the Rap, which is book number 4,
December 1st.
December 1st.
And then, but for all of you that liked not the Seaside, I mean, they're all Julie Anne Lindsey books, but for the Christmas books,
The Christmas Tree Farm.
thank
We'll be
you.
doing
December
Slashing Through the Snow.
15th is the Slashing Through the Snow. Yeah. Super excited for that one. I don't know if I can wait
Those
for it.
audiobooks are on Hoopla too, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I think you're right.
And then for the 4th book in the Julie Anne Lindsey,
oh yeah, because Beating the Rap is book 3. So book 4
would come out on the 15th of December. So that would the next
our question is,
when
if it comes out the 15th of December, would y'all want to have a discussion about it on the 22nd,
which is a week later,
before Christmas and before New Year's, because we won't meet back up until the new year.
Right.
We'll have those 2 weeks off. So we wanted to put that out to you. Islet Witness comes out on December 15th. Would you be interested in having a discussion on December 22nd? Is that too soon?
Is that too close to the holidays?
Too close to the holiday? Let us know, because we had that question mark because we wanted to ask you.
Yeah, yep. And we were thinking like we could do it on the weekend, but you really can't do it on that middle weekend because that
weekend is Christmas.
And then the next weekend is yeah.
I will not be in town for the New Year's. So Bianca says works for her. Okay, so we got one yes.
Everyone else?
How about our hosts? What do we?
Yeah, I was like co-hosts. Yeah, what do you say?
I can make whatever work.
Okay. We got another okay.
That works for me.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I was like, they're great books. I'm already half through Burden of Poof. And
Me too.
Has anyone else read When Bonnie Met Clyde?
I haven't yet.
I haven't yet.
All of you cat people, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be.
I'm not even a cat person, and it was cute. Cats hate me.
I need to get a t-shirt, a sweater that says Whipped Cream and Whiskers, which is a cat cafe in the town of Bliss, and I need to live there for forever. Just saying.
Swag for a fictional place. I like it.
Yes.
I literally wrote down after I read it because she describes the logo, and I'm like, I wonder if I could make this.
You can.
So I'm gonna try.
Oh yeah, Redbubble. Yeah, good point.
I'm reading it.
It's so good, Bianca. Yeah, for all the books too. I would love a Sun, Sand, and Tea t-shirt.
Right?
Or like something with, oh my gosh, if she got Lou in some like gangster swag where he was just like surfs up, I'd be like, I'd buy her a heartbeat. I'd be like, no, Lou.
I just want Lou in the pirate hat. I want Lou in the pirate hat.
He's in the pirate hat in the next book.
I know. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I have the Sun, Sand, and Tea pin that we got for pre-ordering.
Yep.
Was it Closely Harbored Secrets?
Yep.
I think so. So yeah, I got that.
Where Lou does have a pirate hat. Look how cute he is.
I know. I think that might be my favorite cover.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
This one is probably all washed out.
It's a little bit, but we can still see.
And I was like, yeah, pin.
This one, someone is throwing arrows at my homeboy Lou, and I need to know why. Also, who's throwing arrows in this day and age? Okay, what are we at the Olympics?
Archery.
Like, come on.
Like, okay, like archery.
When I was a kid, he had a bow and arrow when I was a kid.
I mean, that's amazing. I'm just saying, it's like there are more efficient ways. Like I don't. All right. Well, I'm glad we had that discussion. I will have the graphic up probably tonight on Instagram. I've made the graphic already. I have not made any of the StreamYard, so we don't have any links to set reminders yet, but that'll be available in the coming weeks for you.
At least by mid-September, we'll have those up.
Yeah, I was definitely going to say before the end of this month, but yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm giving you some time, Nicole. You have a lot of live streams. Okay, so I was figuring I would give you a break.
You're so sweet. Thanks.
Once you get those, that means that I have to make the events, and I'm lazy.
Like once you do the graphics, the thumbnails, then I have to create the events on the Facebook, like
which is going to become very difficult when I house it next week and she doesn't have internet. So,
oh god,
either get them up ASAP or give me some time.
How about just mid-September is fine for you, Jenna?
I mean, we gave everyone the list, so at least that's it.
Yeah,
we can update the Who Picked This sign-up sheet. That's fine.
I already did that.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're halfway there.
Yeah, I did update. If you want to be a part of the lives, that the spreadsheet is not the spreadsheet, the Google document. Damn it!
Already signed up.
Oh, nice. Good way to go, Sarah. I got some errands in here. Now that I've passed, I can't see anybody else at this point. For the holidays. See you in December.
So yeah, I did update that today too. So. Yeah, we'll get all that. We'll get all the information up for you. So,
yay. If you can make it, great. If not, just join us. Just be prepared for spoilers. We get concerned when we don't see you. Like at this point, I'm wondering, okay, we haven't seen Shannon today. I'm very nervous. Like now I have to get on to Instagram and be like, did she post today?
She's posted videos recently. So.
Yeah.
She does. Yep.
She hasn't posted a lot of pictures, but a lot of videos she's done recently.
Yeah. I mean, in Daijah, I know that she started school, but I was concerned. I was like, I don't even see her in here. We got a hello from Charles, so at least I know that he's doing good. Everyone else, got our regulars.
I'm aiming it. Yay! Yeah. I'm so excited. Yeah, Cachet. She loves cozies, but she's a writer. She writes thrillers and cozies as well. So, she does she does live streams. When is it? Tuesdays, Cachet, where you do your writing sprints, and then Sundays she does crochet. So that's cool. Yeah.
We need to get back into that.
Definitely check Cachet's channel out.
Yeah.
I've popped on for a couple of her writing sprints.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for sticking with us when we go through our laundry list of things we had to talk about. I'm glad we all enjoyed this book, Consensus, that it is a 5-star read. We will see you in 2 weeks for Closely Harbored Secrets. Everyone, have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.